Hello everybody, and it's time to talk watches. Today we'll be talking about a watch that was made to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the landing on the moon. No, it's not another Speedmaster limited edition. The watch we'll be talking about is the Unimatic U1-SP, which stands for Modello Uno Space Program. A bit of a mouthful. Now, this watch was built by Unimatic, which is an Italian micro brand specialized in making limited edition runs of two types of watches, a field watch and a diver watch, which the U1-SP is based on. They have a number of interesting variations on the theme, which I will be showing you now.
As you can see from the pictures taken from the Unimatic website, they did an excellent job of creating different looks from the same basic design, changing dials, bezels, straps, hands, colors. The blue one at the end I think is really stunning.
Pity they only made 100 of them.
So, without any further ado, let's get into the light box and see what's what.
Okay, so here's the box, the Unimatic box, black. Nothing very special about it. Let's see what's inside. And here it is. What a beauty, huh? Now, the strap I've put on it is not the original strap, as we'll see later. We'll talk about those later. This is one of the straps you get. This is the other, which is very similar to the one I've put on. Now, what you get inside the box. The watch, of course. A little close up there. Okay, you get a little microfiber cloth, which is quite nice. You get an instruction manual, which nobody in the world will read. And you get a little warranty card, which is quite nice. The watch comes with a little sticker on it telling you the number, but the number is actually here as well. 31 out of 50. Nice little holographic warranty card there. So that's the packaging. So what about the watch itself? Here it is. This strap is a Modellato vinyl strap, Techno. They call it Techno strap. It's vinyl and it's leather on the inside. It's very similar to the original strap. The original strap is in Cordura. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, case width 40 millimeters, bezel width 41.5, 316L stainless steel, 100 clicks monodirectional bezel, black aluminum minimal insert with raised lume dot, 2.5 millimeter double domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on the underside, stonewashed Cerakote coating. Now what this is, if you look at it closely, the watch has been put through a process of aging. It's got a very nice little stonewashed appearance to it. All of it. The crown, the bezel, everything. Actually, I think it looks pretty cool. Superluminova cream radium. Now, if you look at the dial, it's got that kind of vintage patinaed luminova. It has phantom ladder hands, reverse lollipop second hand, and batons at the 3, 6, and 9, and a triangle at 12. Automatic Seiko NH35A movement, 21,600 beats per hour, hacking seconds hands, bidirectional winding. So, what can be said about this watch? I mean, it looks pretty awesome, I think. That black and white, minimal aluminium bezel, and the back actually looks pretty cool. If I try to bring it up, let's see if it can be captured by the camera. You've got the serial number there, and you also have what Unimatic says is the solar system. So let's see if you can get it a little closer there, see if it focuses. Okay. Lug to lug is 49 millimeters, so the watch is actually quite variable. The lugs are quite small, as you can see. Okay, about the other accessories now. These are the straps that you get with the watch when you buy it. Now this is I don't know how to describe this. It would be a Zulu strap because it doesn't have the NATO like double flap, but it's got very, very limited hardware. It only has this very white Cerakote buckle, which I think is quite nice, and then it has a nylon, the same fabric as the strap. You see, it's exactly the same holder for the keeper for the rest of the bracelet. So, actually the nylon doesn't feel too good. It's kind of cardboardy. It's quite hard actually. I don't like it very much. And this has been glued. I think it's been welded. I don't know how this has been put on. It's not stitched. This is stitched here, but the keeper isn't. It's a very, very, very simple strap. I mean, I have a lot of NATOs at home, and all of them beat this. I mean, this is a very basic strap. Now, this is in the other strap is in Cordura. I think the color is striking. I like it very much. The inside is leather, as you can see. It has the same buckle as the Zulu strap. It has one fixed keeper and one movable keeper. And this Cordura material, while it looks very nice, I have the impression that it could be quite delicate. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to use either of these straps. I'm going to keep the vinyl strap so that since this watch being a limited edition, I want to keep it as an original condition as possible. So these straps are going to stay in the box, and I'm going to use other straps. I've got a ton of NATOs, and I've got the vinyl strap, and that's going to be what I'm going to wear the watch on. So, on the wrist, close-up shot, what does it look like? Well, as you can see, I have an 18 centimeter wrist, and it looks pretty good. It's not too imposing, it's not too large, the lugs are quite small, they blend in quite nicely. The Cerakote coating, I think, looks absolutely stunning, and it's all nice and scratched, so if you flip the watch and they tell you, God, this watch is all scratched, you can always tell them, wasn't me, that's how I got the watch from the vendor. So it's always going to be a good excuse when you sell the watch. And here's the long shot. Like I said before, it looks fine on my 18 centimeter wrist. Nice presence. And thickness wise, I'll try and turn my wrist there. It does sit okay on the wrist. It has a flat back, so it does actually protrude a little, but I think that it's not as much as it should be. As a matter of fact, I don't think this watch would look out of place on the wrist of a stormtrooper that's off duty at the Death Star local, chugging down a pint. And the trademark loom shot, very strong at the beginning, dies down quite quickly, as you can see after a minute or so, but I assure you there's enough in it to last you all night. I also potted onto the time grapher, and I was surprised by the results. I mean, look at it. It's -1 or -2 seconds to 0. I mean, it surprised me. Everybody's complaining about the Seiko movement. It's cheap, it's imprecise, but I obviously got a good one. I believe that Unimatic is actually regulating these in the factory, so that's the only explanation I have that would give me such a precise result on an NH35. Good job, Unimatic.
So there you have it, the U1-SP. What do I like about this watch? Well, for starters, it's a very, very Marmite watch, they would say. A watch that you either love or you hate. Personally, I like it. It's white and it goes with everything. Its stone-washed appearance can be, I don't know, seen as a particular style that you may like or may not like. I personally like it a lot. It can go very well with any sort of strap, with any sort of dress, a shirt. It can be dressed down a lot, not really dressed up too much, but I suppose you could wear it in a semi-formal occasion. And really, the quality is quite good. I like the build of the case. I think there are a couple of things I would have done differently and a couple of missed opportunities. First of all, the movement. Everybody says that the movement is very basic and it's not worth the price of the watch. I can agree with that, I suppose, but I mean, Unimatic is a very, very small brand, and for them to make watches with economies of scale is incredibly difficult. Now, they've only made 50 of these watches, and they only really make up to 600 of a normal run. What this means is they have high overhead costs, which Seiko doesn't have. Seiko churns out watches by the million. So honestly, the watch is at around 800 euros. People were expecting a more refined movement, maybe another caliber of Seiko, which was more precise. But honestly, as you saw from the video before, mine is pretty spot on. I'm not sure all the watches in the field will be as precise as this. One thing you can be sure about though is the Seiko movement is as tough as nails. That movement will keep working and will last longer than you. Another thing I would have done differently maybe was the bezel. I like the minimalist bezel, just black, but I think they could have done something more. They could have put some numbers on like they put on other models of the Unimatic U1 series. Maybe without making them white, they could have just engraved them, so it would have been more, the bezel would have been more useful than it is now. Right now you can only estimate or guesstimate the minutes and elapsed time, so it's really not as useful as it could be. And another thing, which is just a minor niggle, is the AR coating. While I like the bluish AR coating on any watch, on this watch maybe it kind of takes a bit away from that tool watch appearance. It gives it a different vibe. So maybe if they could have used maybe clear AR coating, it would have been better. So that's just a niggle. It's not really a deal breaker, I think. I also think there are a couple of missed opportunities. The first one is the box. Now, the box I think is very basic. There's no NASA theming at all on it. Now, I'm not a fan of big boxes, so some boxes are ridiculously large. I mean, Omega makes boxes you need a truck to take home. So the size is not an issue. It's a nice box, it's made of cardboard, so it's eco-friendly. I agree with that 100%. But there's no theming at all. It's the same box you get with any Unimatic, any Unimatic at all. Since this is a limited edition NASA themed watch, I think they could have made it a different color. Maybe they could have made it white. Maybe they could have put a NASA logo on. I don't know. They could have done something a bit more interesting with the box. They didn't do it. Like I said, it's not a big issue, but I think when somebody has a limited edition piece with a specific theme to it, I think the packaging also plays an important role. And this time the packaging is just box standard packaging. That's what you get. You keep it. And the other opportunity, I think they could have maybe taken a little more time to choose better straps. Like I said, the NATO strap is really basic. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it functions perfectly. I mean, it's not going to do its job badly. It does it perfectly. It just looks a bit too basic for me. The Cordura strap is better. I like the white buckles. They're very nice and they will age nicely with the watch. But I think that also the Cordura strap, it just looks a little delicate to me. So it's going to probably, I don't know, I think may wear down with time. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just my opinion. We'll never know, I suppose, until somebody posts a picture on Instagram in 2 or 3 years' time. But that is my opinion. Apart from that, I think it's a cracking watch. I think it's really nice. How does this watch make me feel? I mean, it's all about that, isn't it? When you buy a watch, it's all about what it makes you feel like when you put it on your wrist. Now, it makes me feel like I'm back in the 70s. I'm 9 years old, and it's time to watch Space 1999. Not everybody watching this video remembers that show. Yes, I'm very, very old. Before I go, I'd like to thank some people. First of all, Unimatic for making such a fantastic watch. I was so lucky to be in the first 50 people who managed to get one, and it was the watch that inspired me to make this review. I'd also like to thank some YouTubers, which together with the watch inspired me to start this YouTube channel, and they are Adrian Barker from Bark and Jack, Jody Musgrove from Just One More Watch, Teddy Baldassar from his channel on YouTube, and Tristano Veneto from TGV The Urban Gentry. Thank you so much. You're featured in my YouTube featured section, and I hope everybody who watches this video will click on the featured section and go and watch your channels, because they really deserve to be watched. And having said that, goodbye to everybody and see you in the next one. Remember, if you like what you see, then click the like button, and if you want to be informed, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell button so you'll be informed every time there's new content on this channel. Please do that, it helps a lot. Thank you.